This is the Reds POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the Cincinnati Reds. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Whatever. Good evening, Reds fans, and welcome to another edition of the POSTCAST, brought to you by Locked On Reds and the Locked On Podcast Network, the #1 sports podcast network in America, your team every day. I'm Tim Daniel. I am a lifelong Reds fan, and my second season here at Locked On covering the Reds. I want to thank you as we discuss the Cincinnati Reds losing today to the Chicago Cubs 3-2 in extra innings. On today's show, yet another painful loss for their fifth straight time. As you can see, I'm in such a great mood. Andrew Abbott was awesome, and it didn't matter. And Emilio Pagan's injury. Yowza. All right. Well, this game sucked.
Time to reveal where the game was won or lost. It's the turning point.
The bottom of the 10th inning, the first pitch of the inning, a ball bounces past Elly De La Cruz playing straight up the middle. And, of course, that stupid ghost runner rule comes back to bite the Reds in the butt. You know, when they go through these losing streaks, I can do like 1, I can do 2, I can do 3. When it gets past 3 is when I just am like so frustrated. And tonight, you know, JJ Bleday hits a home run in the first inning. Nathan Lowe hits a home run. And you're like, all right, cool. They're up 2-0 in the 8th. And you're like, here comes Tony Santillan. You feel good about that, right? Right? No, he says, we can't feel good about it. We got to go ahead and give it up. And gives them a 2-run homer. And then we get to the, they got lucky that they didn't give up more runs because TJ Friedl dropping that ball in left field was like, TJ Friedl. As you guys can tell, I am just processing the game into a microphone right now, trying to figure it all out. So forgive me if I am just spitting thoughts out, but I'm just so irritated at this point from this team and the way they're playing. I don't want to say I drank the Kool-Aid by any means, but I do think this team is better than how they're playing right now. It's just so irritating. And the thing that sucks about the way they're losing these last 3 games particular. So the 1-0 game Sunday to Pittsburgh, the game yesterday where they lose in extras on a walk-off, and then they lose today. It sucks. It's just a lot of pain. And I would like to come in here and say like things are better. I feel like things will get better at some point, maybe when they don't have to play the Central for a little while. But this is really disappointing right now. 5 straight losses and losing games the way they are. I don't know. Like, do I think they'll be fine? Sure, I do. But am I worried right now? Kind of getting there. Yeah, it just sucks. And I know people want to come in here and they've been a bash on Elly, and that was a bad play. I'm not going to take away from the fact that he's been really good in shortstop all year because of one bad play. I know people are going to come in here and tell me he's got to play center field or he's got to play this other position. No, he doesn't. Stop. We're not doing that crap. We're a better place than that. He's not going to another position. He's just fine there. He made a mistake. Okay. He's played really good shortstop all year. Like literally today, MLB.com had him second in the National League MVP vote at this moment. I'm fine with that. And you know what? We go out there and we see how things go. And I thought today just sucked because, like you said, they can't keep losing in the division. I was on with Steve yesterday. I'm going to be on with Steve tomorrow too, by the way. And the conversation we had was they got to find a way to win these next 3 games, being today, tomorrow, Thursday in Chicago. And now you're looking at best a 2-5 road trip against your division. That sucks. That really sucks. And I feel like there's got to be a way this gets better. But right now, this feels very low. And I don't know how I'm going to get to a point where I can be back to being happy again. But at least Andrew Abbott looks like himself again.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
Whew. Okay, honestly, normally I get like, this is hilarious. We get this comment here. You all absolutely couldn't close the door. That's so funny, actually. Oh, man. That's really good. I got to give that kudos there. But let's talk about Andrew Abbott real quick, because I thought Andrew Abbott tonight was tremendous and gave them a chance to win. How many times have I came on here in the 2 seasons that we've had the postcast and have I said the starting pitcher gave the Cincinnati Reds a chance to win the game, and they didn't win the game? 5 2/3 tonight, shutout ball, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks. The 4 walks, I want to see that go down a little bit. Everything else, okay, sure. And when he left the game tonight, I thought he was pulled too soon. Just going to call it what it is. So he was at 98 pitches. I know the new rules and all that. I'm always all for that, but felt like he could have, finished the inning at least. But it didn't matter. Didn't work. It worked out. Connor Phillips gets the out and kind of pitched a little gutsy there. Yeah, I'm seeing the comments. I'm frustrated too with this team right now. I'm frustrated too. Did I think they were going to come back to earth? Yeah, I did. But did I think there was going to be stretches where they lost 5 straight? No. Do I think it's going to be this bad all year? No. I think it'll get better. This just sucks. It's really disappointing. And just because was the most important road trip of the year so far. And they now have to hope to God they can win 2 games. But such is life. Now you try to figure it out and go from there. But it got worse. Emilio Pagan had a pretty gross injury. And we got to talk about that, unfortunately, and more right after this. This episode is brought to you by our friends over at Game Time. MLB season's back and you can feel it. Fresh starts, big expectations, and that first crack of the back, whether it's a breakout rookie or a division race that goes down to the wire, there's nothing like being in the ballpark for it. The only problem, getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where there's Game Time. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's how you unlock amazing tickets and experiences in just a few taps. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay, period. The seat view feature is huge. I can see the panoramic view from my exact seat before you buy. Zone Deals lets me pick the section and save even more while Game Time selects the seats. You can follow your favorite team and get alerts when new deals drop. 2 taps and it's done. No stress, no hidden fees, just great seats and minutes. That's what makes it so easy to decide last minute. Take the guesswork out of buying MLB tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDON for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code LOCKEDON for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. This episode is also brought to you by Kalshi. Oh, Kalshi. Baseball season is here, and now you can trade every game on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you're trading against peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and as the probability changes, you can buy in and out of your position. For a limited time, download the Kalshi app and use code LOCKEDON to get $10 off when you trade 10. KALSHI. Trade on anything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. Want to give a shout out to our everydayers here on the postcast. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the good and the bad as the Cincinnati Reds are losers tonight to the Chicago Cubs, 3-2. But if you want to be an everydayer and you already live this team each and every day, now's your chance to join the Locked On Everydayer Club for $5 a month or $50 a year. If you go to lockedonpodcast.com/everydayer, we've got me, Steve, Jeff in there each and every day talking all things Reds baseball. And say you're a Reds fan and a Cavs fan like me, we have the Locked On Cavs room. Your favorite team has a room on the Everydayer Club, and you can go ahead and hang out there with all of the Locked On hosts and Locked On listeners as well. Go to LockedOnPodcast.com/everydayer for more. Emilio Pagan. So yesterday I went on a tangent against Emilio Pagan, if you remember, after he blew the game in the ninth inning, and said, I want him off our team at this point. I didn't mean like this, okay? That was terrible. I feel awful for the man. You don't want to see a guy ever go down an injury like that. That was sad. Throws one pitch and you just see him hit the ground. And you see him immediately grab his hamstring. It's really sad. It's really sad. You don't want to see that happen to anybody. It's obviously hard for these guys to be professionals. The guy's coming off having a bad game, where he blows the save the night before and then has this happen. You don't want that to happen to anybody. Like, you don't want that to be the case. Hopefully this is, I can't imagine he pitches again this year. We'll see how things go there, but you obviously hope the best for a speedy recovery. You obviously want to see him kind of be able to get his career revitalized. But that was really awful tonight, and I feel terrible for him. And I hope the best for him and his family. I hope everything comes through there. But, now we're kind of in wait-and-see mode for him as well. A couple highlights before we do get out of here. JJ Bleday homers again. That's pretty cool. He's doing some stuff like that for sure. Nate Lowe also homers again. Been a nice pickup. Spencer Steer gets another hit. Tyler Stevenson had a really big hit in the ninth inning that almost got them back. And then, other than that, frustrating to be a Reds fan, like always. People were asking what's going on with Suarez. I don't know. I know he took ground balls the other day at third base. So we'll see. What's the closer strategy from here? Well, if you listened yesterday to me and Steve, I gave a lot of options there. So there are some options there. So we'll see what they go to as well. But with that being said, I'm going to close the show out tonight because I'm depressed the Reds lost their fifth straight in a row. And as the Reds are losers tonight to the Cubs, 3-2 in extra innings. The Cubs have 3 runs on 8 hits and an error. The Reds have 2 runs on 6 hits and an error. Your winning pitcher tonight is Ryan Rollison. He is now 3-0. Sam Moll gets his second loss in the year because of the stupid Rob Manfred rule. And now the Reds are back at it again tomorrow. We'll see. Brady Singer takes the hill for the Reds. He is 2-2 with a 5.57 ERA, though I will say he's pitched much better of late, going against Colin Rea, who's 4-1 with a 4.41. First pitch is at 7:40. I'll be on probably around this same time as well. Everyone, thank you so much for hanging out with me as I share my sorrows of being a Reds fan. I'm Tim Daniel. Have a good night. Go Redlegs, and maybe tomorrow's the day.